I am walking through the gates of Hendrix College, Conway, filled with excitement and hope, expecting a place that would nurture my mind and soul. But little did I know, I was about to enter a world of disappointment and frustration. As I strolled through the campus, I couldn't help but notice the beautiful architecture, the serene atmosphere, and the lovely lacrosse field. It was all so picturesque, so idyllic. But beneath the surface, I was about to discover a plethora of problems that would make my experience at Hendrix College a living nightmare. First of all, the financial aid process was a complete disaster. They overpromised and underdelivered, leaving me with a massive debt load that would haunt me for years to come. It was like they were playing a cruel game of cat and mouse, dangling the carrot of financial assistance in front of me, only to snatch it away at the last minute. The administration was unhelpful, unresponsive, and seemed to delight in my misery. And don't even get me started on the academics. The professors were disengaged, uninterested in their students' welfare, and more concerned with their own research than with teaching. The classes were underwhelming, and I felt like I was merely going through the motions, without any real sense of purpose or excitement. It was like they were trying to suck the passion out of me, to turn me into a mere drone, devoid of creativity or curiosity. But what really took the cake was the food. Oh, the food. It was like they were trying to torture me, to break my spirit with their mediocre, unappetizing cuisine. The cafeteria food was consistently bad, a never-ending cycle of bland, uninspired dishes that left me feeling queasy and unhappy. It was like they didn't care about my well-being, like they were intentionally trying to make me miserable. And then there was the dorm room. It was small, cramped, and outdated, with creaky beds and dingy showers. It was like they were trying to treat me like a prisoner, locking me away in a tiny cell with no windows, no light, and no hope. The village atmosphere they touted was just a myth, a facade that hid the dark, isolating reality of life at Hendrix College. But the worst part was the way they handled Title IX cases. It was like they were trying to cover up their own mistakes, to sweep the problems under the rug and pretend they didn't exist. The lack of transparency, the lack of accountability, it was all so disturbing, so infuriating. As I walked through the tunnel, I noticed that the sounds no longer worked, that the once cool feature was now just a sad, empty space. It was like they were trying to take away even the small joys, the tiny pleasures that made life at Hendrix College bearable. It was like they were trying to break my spirit, to reduce me to a mere shell of my former self. I felt like I was trapped in a nightmare, a never-ending cycle of disappointment and frustration. I felt like I was stuck in a bubble, a sheltered, insular world that was disconnected from reality. It was like they were trying to prepare me for a life of mediocrity, a life of dull, uninspired drudgery. As I looked around at my fellow students, I saw the same look of despair, the same sense of hopelessness. We were all trapped, all stuck in this downward spiral of disappointment and disillusionment. It was like we were all just pawns in a larger game, mere pawns in the game of Hendrix College. And that's when it hit me, the crushing realization that I had made a terrible mistake, that I had wasted my time, my energy, and my dreams on a place that didn't care about me, that didn't value me as a human being. The sadness, the frustration, the anger, it all swirled together in a toxic mix of emotions that left me feeling helpless, feeling lost, feeling alone. So I ask you, dear listeners, have you ever felt like you were trapped, like you were stuck in a never-ending cycle of disappointment and frustration? Have you ever felt like you were just a pawn in L?
Are your game a mere pawn in the game of life? Well, I have, and it's a terrible feeling, a feeling that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. So let's rally together, dear listeners, let's stand up against the injustices, the inequalities, and the disappointments of Hendrix College, Conway. Let's demand better, let's demand more. Let's take back our...
I was looking into crimes near Hendrix College. Conway and the stores around here feel like they are waiting to bite you. The Home Depot by the college is the big one. A couple, Andrew and Robin, they would walk in, scan the barcodes on gift cards still hanging on the rack, slip the cards back, then go home and drain every dollar online. They did this to more than 6,000 cards, bought over $2 million of tools and TVs, and shipped it all to a little house 10 minutes from campus. I picture some happy tourist grabbing a $50 card to buy souvenirs, checking out, driving away, and only later seeing the balance is zero. The couple probably laughed while they listed the stolen stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Police finally rolled up with 2 moving trucks and took away 116,000 in boxed merch. I bet the tourists just cried at the hotel desk. The couple got felony theft, and the store still keeps those same gift card racks right up front because, profit. Same strip, the Walmart past the Hendrix gates had a fake coupon thing last month. Locals printed barcodes that cut prices to almost free. Tourists pushing carts felt lucky, scanned at self-check, and alarms screamed. Security held them until cops sorted it out. I imagine their kids watching mommy get cuffed over shampoo. The real scammers probably ran out the fire exit, sold the stuff online, and are printing new coupons right now. Even the cute gas station on Harkrider, the one with the big Hendrix sticker on the door, had a card skimmer inside the pump. Visitors swiped went to eat pizza, and by dessert their banks were empty. I guess they spent the night on the phone cancelling cards instead of seeing the campus lights. The skimmer owner likely collected numbers until the machine was full, then drove to the next town. The pump still works, just check twice or maybe 3 times, or maybe just stay sad and keep driving.
I will now go over how the businesses near Hendrix College in Conway are like. The area around the campus feels like a small village that tries to be a city. Yet most of the places seem to have lost their sparkle. Visitors quickly learn that high hopes often meet low quality, expensive menus, and service that moves slower than a snail on a rainy day. It is as if the promise of youthful energy has been replaced by a tired routine that does not respect the time or money of anyone who walks through the doors. First, the health and wellness options. All fitness-related services near the college appear to promise results, but deliver frustration. The online yoga program offered by Go Inside Yoga, LLC, is a perfect example. Customers report that the program freezes, kicks them out, and refuses to honor a refund policy that was advertised. The staff member named Chris is described as rude, leaving people feeling trapped in a digital maze with no escape. When a student expects a calm meditation and instead receives a technical nightmare, the disappointment spreads to anyone else who might consider trying the service. Next, the dining experiences. Restaurants in the vicinity share a common story of high prices, bland or spoiled food, and service that feels invisible. Umami Sushi Lounge and Grill Fusion, a place that once held a good reputation, now serves meals that many describe as stale, overcooked, or outright inedible. Reviewers talk about sushi that smells like old fish, ribeye steaks that are hard as a brick, and ramen that tastes like a packaged noodle from a supermarket. The drinks are also part of the problem. Mojitos are poured from a bottle with almost no alcohol, and beers are priced as if they were rare vintages while tasting like warm water. Even the staff are noted as friendly, but the food quality and pricing make the friendly faces feel like a cruel joke. The disappointment does not end there. The Rogue Roundabout, a spot that tries to blend craft beer with a casual menu, appears to be trapped in chaos. Patrons describe standing for long periods before being seated, waiting for drinks that arrive cold or in the wrong glasses, and receiving meals that are either cold, over salty, or missing key ingredients. Communication between the kitchen and the servers seems to have vanished. resulting in orders being delivered to the wrong tables. Appetizers left under heat lamps to become soggy, and even fish that is described as off and fishy. The atmosphere feels like a mystery where the missing ingredient is competence. Some guests even wonder if the problems are accidental or if there is a deeper disregard for patrons, especially when they feel ignored or unheard. Even the quieter corners of the neighborhood are not immune. Bean's Books, a small independent shop, has only one negative comment, but the lack of detail suggests a missed opportunity to improve. When a store has only a vague complaint, it may mean that the owner is not listening closely enough to the subtle signs of dissatisfaction. What does all of this mean for a traveler or a student who wants to enjoy a meal, a workout, or a quiet place to read? The pattern is clear. Most businesses near Hendrix College seem to charge more than they should, serve food that does not meet basic standards, and operate with a level of service that feels like an afterthought. It is as if the entire district has forgotten that visitors are looking for reliable experiences, not a series of puzzles that must be solved before a simple cup of coffee can be enjoyed. For those who are careful with their wallets, it is wise to look for alternatives outside the immediate campus radius. Many dining